students, good morning. We have studied with the nutrition in animals, right? In the last class we have studied with the nutrition in the animals. So what is this nutrition in animals? Which type of food they are taking, how the digestion takes place in the animals and human beings, we are going to study in this class. So in the previous class I told about what is digestion. So what is digestion? It is nothing but the breakdown of a complex compounds in a food material into a simpler substances. It is called as a digestion, right? So I have given you some example to write the mode of taking of a food and which kind of food they are taking the animals. Okay, the first one is a snail. They are given in your textbook. You go through that and I write here the answers. You check it yourself. So the name of the animal is snail, and the kind of food it taking is it eats leaves and insects. Okay, so the mode of feeding is scraping. The next one is ant. What it eats? Ant, it eats sugar and some food particles. So kind of food is a food particle and mode of feeding is chewing. The next is a eagle. Okay, so what it eats? Eagle eats small animals like rats, snakes and some other animals. So the mode of feeding is capturing and swallowing. And the next is a hummingbird. The next is a hummingbird. As I told, it eats the nectar of plants. Okay, so the mode of feeding is sucking. The next is a lice. Mode of taking means it eats the blood of the humans or the some animals. So the kind of food is blood, and the mode of nutrition is or mode of feeding is a sucking method. And the house flies, you have observed the house flies. So what they eat? They eat the almost all things. So the mode of feeding is a siphoning. Okay, and in textbook they have given the mosquitoes. It eats the blood, right? So the mode of feeding is also same, sucking method. And what are the animals given in textbooks? I will give you the photo of that animals. You go through that. Okay, these are the kind of food and the mode of feeding of some animals. Okay, and the other animals are mosquito, and the kind of food it eats is the blood, and the mode of feeding is a sucking method. And the another one is a butterfly. The kind of food is nectar of flowers, and the mode of feeding is a siphoning. So as I hope you know the meaning of these words. So what is the chewing? Chewing is nothing but the mode of feeding, mode of taking of food and making it into a smaller particles to digest very softly. For example, human beings and animals chew the food to digest it very softly. And then is a sucking. So sucking is nothing but the something food material you have to suck it. For example, you have seen that when you take the juice, you have provided with the straw. So what you do? You have to suck that juice. So that is nothing but sucking. It is a type of a sucking, but the mosquitoes take the food by that method of sucking. And another one is a scraping, in which the snail is taking its food. It means the food particles are making it into softly or smoothly. Means whatever the food material is taking the snail, it should be very smooth to digest very easily. It should not harm to the body of the snail. So the scraping is making the food material into smoother one. Another one is siphoning. Siphoning means it is a curved tube like a structure. Okay, it is a curved tube like a structure for which it takes the food very easily. Okay, for example, I have told you the butterfly. So when it goes to the flowers, what they did, they take the food into its body by tube like a structure, so that it will easily go through its body. Okay, these are the some mode of feeding you have known. Okay, if you have any doubts or the for any animals how they take the food or the mode of feeding you want to know, you may ask me. Okay, you may observe that one starfish. Okay, it is a aquatic animal which present in the seas or the oceans. In this starfish, the mode of nutrition or taking of the food is a different one. How it takes? This starfish first it look at the animals or the insects or the some aquatic animals present in the oceans, and when it wants to eat the animals, it expands its stomach. Okay, it expands its stomach to the mouth, and it will absorb that materials or the insects to its body, and then it takes the food into its mouth, which will be provided to the stomach. After that, the food will be absorbed by the stomach, and it spreads to the all the digestive glands of the starfish. It is a amazing fact. You may don't know about that. If you want more about that, you may Google it. You will provide with the video, so you can understand it very easily. So what it did, it expands its stomach to the mouth, and it absorbs the food material or the aquatic animals from the mouth, and then it spreads that aquatic animals to a digestive glands, so it digests very easily. So these are the some animals how they take the food material into their body. Okay, so the next is a human digestive system. Here is the diagram. Whenever I told you to draw the human digestive system, you should mention all these 11 parts. That's why only I put the numbers. The parts are here. Okay, the you may observe that, you may think that how the food is digested in our body when we eat the food. Okay, that's a question. This human digestive system consists of 11 parts, as I told. Starts with the mouth. In biologically we call it as a buccal cavity. Okay, the food enters to the buccal cavity, then the salivary gland passes to the esophagus, then with the stomach, then liver, then the gallbladder moves to the pancreas, small intestine, large intestine, rectum, and the anus. These are the 11 parts where the food is digested and excreted. Okay. When you eat the food, it enters to the buccal cavity and then passes through the salivary glands. In that, what happens? The food is the chewed food is passes normally through the salivary glands. Then it moves through the esophagus. Okay, this is the esophagus part. Then food is moved through here, and then it will then it will goes through the liver, and the food is digested, which is provided with some glands. Okay, they are nothing but the salivary gland. Okay, then with the salivary gland and some salivary juices, where the salivary juices are produced, these salivary glands. Okay, food is digested there, and then it moves to the pancreas, and then it goes to the small intestine, and then to the large intestine, and finally it goes to the rectum and the anus. This whole digestive system is, we call it as a alimentary canal. Okay, the alimentary canal so this alimentary canal is nothing but the digestive tract where the food is passes. So from this salivary glands or the buccal cavity to the anus is called as a alimentary canal or the digestive tract, where the food is completely digested, which is necessary for the human body. Okay, so these parts, human digestive system parts, they have a separate their functioning character. They are the in buccal cavity it provided with the teeth, where the food is chewed, and then it will mix with the salivary glands, salivary juice which is secreted by the salivary glands, and then it moves to the esophagus, where the food canal is present, that is the esophagus, where the food is passes, then it moves to the stomach. So these parts have their different functioning properties. Okay, we will going to study one by one in the next class. So these are the some important parts and about the human digestive system. So the various compartments of the human digestive is provided with the stomach. So these inner walls of a stomach, small intestine, associated with some alimentary glands or the salivary glands, which are passes through these parts: liver, pancreas, and the large intestine. In this case, in these parts, what happens? The salivary glands secretes the salivary juice, which will break down the complex substances into smaller substances, which will help to make the digestion very smoothly. So the salivary juices are secreted by the salivary glands, which are present in the inner walls of the stomach. So the substances or the digestive tract. What is the digestive tract? These parts, alimentary canal parts or the digestive tract and the associated glands, they together constitute the digestive system. So in generally, if you ask what is the digestive system, you should mention that the digestive tract or the alimentary canal with the associated glands which are necessary for the digestive system, it is called as a digestive system. So in the next class, I am going to deal with the brief about the human digestive system. Okay, you should draw this human digestive system in the notes as well as in a homework part. It means you have to draw the human digestive system 2 times, and you should mention all the 11 parts. In the next class, I will explain you about the complete or the brief explanation about the human digestive system. Thank you.